What up, what up, what up? Welcome back. It's your boy, Shooting Easy. I'm coming back to you with another XP Pro Fusion Firearms Double Stack 1911 Glockado Hybrid review. Now, this is after 2,000 rounds. I'm just going to give you guys a quick overview of my experience so far through the 2,000 rounds, any hiccups I've had, any issues that I've had. I will not hold back any punches. I got some pros, I got some cons, and I just wanted to review it with you guys. So yeah, let's just get into it. All right, y'all, let's get into it. So we'll start first with pros and cons. Let's go with pros and cons. So far, there's a lot of pros. There's minimal cons. So for the pros, I think budget number one. I mean, you have to give it to them. Hats off to Fusion Firearms for putting together a double stack 1911 that takes Glock mags with this kind of finish and the aesthetic and the build quality for a very budget friendly option. Like, I couldn't believe how much I spent on this gun and how well it performs. Um, it's very ergonomic. It feels like it melts in your hand. You pick up this gun. Out of all of, like, I compare this to my Kimber 2K11, which also feels really good in my hand. This just feels much more comfortable. It does. I think that they smoothed out all the corners, all the sharp parts, like no hot spots at all that I can identify in this entire gun, no matter how I grip it. It just works. The trigger that comes on it, stock, is awesome. I think it's like sub 4 pounds. It might be like 3.5 pounds. I don't have a gauge, so I can't really give you an idea. It's really an approximate from my experience, but the trigger is awesome. The reset is great. It's a short take up. It's crisp. It's a flat trigger, and it has some. It's got some ridges here that help your trigger finger really stay on it. I don't have it in my other guns, so I mean I don't really care for it, but it's there. The slide release, super usable, very practical. I like that. I like that I can just reach on over and let it go. Not that I really do often, but it's nice to have it there. The safeties, super comfortable. They came with wide grip safeties, did not have to upgrade that. They were perfect. They ride a little bit lower. Awesome. The grip is kind of chunky, and I come from shooting Glock, so I like them chunky. I like them thick. But no, for real, the grip, I enjoy that it's a little bulky, but some may not. Some may like a slimmer profile. And from my understanding, it has two different angles compared to the back and the front. So, but to me, it feels good in my hand. The Magwell kind of, it pushes my hand upwards. It doesn't bother me too much, but I can feel it on my pinky. It looks like if they would have just made this maybe a half inch longer of a grip, I would have gotten a full purchase without really like the interference with the magwell. But not truly a knock because it doesn't bother me that much. Play system, rock solid. Didn't have an issue so far. I haven't done anything to this pistol aside from putting some grip tape. Accuracy, it's accurate for a 4-inch barreled pistol. This thing can shoot at 40 to 50 yards with 2 3 inch groups. It's really impressive. Another pro is the return back to zero, and it's fast. The gun's very fast, and it returns back to zero without barely any effort. It's just natural, and it feels natural in my hand coming from Glocks. I guess the angle is similar to a Glock. So for me, I picked this gun up. It was my first 2011, so I thought that there would be an adjustment period. There was with the safety situation and the hammer, but other than that, it really felt kind of natural in my hand. So it does take Glock mags. This is a Gen 3 Glock mag. Takes it. This is a Gen 5 Glock mag. And this is another Gen 5 Glock mag. Takes them no problem. I also bought some Metgar ones. They were the 20 round Metgar ones without like the base pad. Those were like $10 a pop, which was a steal. I bought 4 of them. They run flawlessly in them. They're just not as aesthetically pleasing as the TTI base plate plus the Glock mag. So whatever, that I went with this. Cons was when I got this gun, everything about it was super slippery. I guess because of this finish, the slide serrations are really, really hard to get a good purchase. I can do it this way, and I think this is just a 10-pound spring in it, and I just can't really get that great of a purchase. So I end up racking from the RMR, or trying my best to get a hold of it and racking it that way. So that's a knock. That's definitely a knock. Same thing with the grip. This was one of the earlier pistols that came out from Fusion. So it was their like Gen 1 per se grip module, and it's aluminum, so it balances the gun out well, and it's a heavy gun, but it's super slick. Like, it's probably the worst grip that I've ever felt in terms of shooting and purchase with my non-dominant hand. After 2,000 rounds, this gun has not experienced a single malfunction, not one. It's ran smooth, and I ran it through 147 grain, 124 grain, 115 grain, hollow points, to full metal jacket, to remanufactured ammo from Black Dot Ammunition. This thing eats. It eats. And it's been really solid. So overall, aside from the slick grip and the slide, it is awesome. It's a badass gun. It just needs some modifications, like with the grip tape. Plus, Fusion did really good early on. Aftermarket support is there. Now they have a new prickle grip module. It's like it's affordable. And then it sucks that I bought this gun prior to the XP Pro comp, because I think I would have gone the comp way. But at that moment, I was looking for a limited optics gun, and I didn't want the comp, so I went this route. But when they came out with a comp, and I actually have held a few of them in my hand, they fixed the issue with the slickness in the grip and in the slide. So, not buyer remorse, but I wish they would have done that on this platform. But it is what it is. I'm still content with my purchase, and I'd do it again. So for 2,000 rounds, this thing is awesome. Running it in USPSA style training, I haven't ran it in a match yet, but in my training sessions where we're running very similar situations, dynamic shooting, it runs. It runs with the rest of them. I put this up against a Staccato P. I put this up against my Kimber, and I'm kind of impressed on how it delivered. I don't think that compared to my Kimber, the accuracy in between transitions is as good. It's a little bit, I would say it's not worse, but it's not as good as the upper tier 2011s. And I'm really only comparing it to like that mid tier level. So on the gun, but overall, I think this is a big W. This, for its price, for the weight, the aluminum grip, all that it comes with, I can't say enough positive things. And this is a gun that's made in the USA. So props to Bob and team at Fusion for putting this together and allowing the community to have something affordable. It'd be really good quality. Like, slide to frame fit, this thing doesn't wiggle. It is rock solid. It's tight. Tolerances are tight. Trigger is good. Safety's awesome. Everything. I mean, it's such a good gun for its value. And I got this sub $1 bill. So, I mean, I got that for a steal. And I love the chrome. First firearm that was chrome. I'm learning that the upkeep is a pain in the ass, but it's sick. So I'd recommend it. And I'm going to continue putting a bunch more rounds through it, probably another 1,000, 2,000, and maybe make another review at 5,000 and see if it holds up. Granted, 2,000 is not all that much, but once you get around that 5,000 to 7,000, that's when things start to wear down, and you'll start to see if the reliability really holds true. So, all right, guys, that wraps up my video. I appreciate you for sticking along. Stay safe, stay strapped, and I'll see you on the next one.